Well, everybody, this is video number 26. I'm halfway through my 52 project. And it's time to reflect. It's time to think about the project and reflect on it. And I think that's a good thing for us to do. Reflect on ourselves, reflect on our relationships, on our jobs, our projects, whatever. The idea of reflecting is good, and maybe you do that naturally or you do it at your job. I just had a meeting with my boss just minutes before this where my year-end evaluation, how did the past year go and what's coming up next. And my students reflect often on my classes. I have to get evaluated on how I teach, and so I'm pretty used to reflections. There's all kinds of reflection tools out there, but I want to share a reflection tool that I use, and I made it up myself. And so I'm going to use this tool to reflect on this 52 project and then try and give you some ideas on how you could use it to reflect on anything, yourself, your relationships, or your projects that you're doing. So the reflection tool is in, out, up, down, and around. That's how I reflect. So let's try. In is always harder, so we'll start with out. When I reflect out, I ask myself, the thing that I'm doing or the relationship, how is it impacting others or helping others or negatively impacting others? And so when I think of outward, why am I doing this project? These 52 videos, I'm trying to be encouraging. I'm trying to encourage other people. That's number one. And maybe help them learn something new. That's good. But also help them learn about them, something about themselves, make you think in a way that you don't normally think about yourself. That's the outward reflection. So you can do that yourselves with your relationships and your projects. How is this a benefit or a drawback for other people besides myself? Now, focusing on the inward self, it's always more challenging, at least for me. Why am I doing this 52 project? What is my real motivation? And I want to say, it makes me feel good. And I learn things about myself. That's true. But the real, part of the real motivation is that I like to be seen. I like to be my face in public. It's my ego, I want it to be stroked. I want people to say you did a good job. I'm just being honest. I've always been that way. I've always needed reassuring and affirmation. It's not I don't love that about myself, but it's definitely there. I'm a teacher, right? I'm on stage and I like to explain things and get the positive feedback. And so I have to be honest, that's part of the reason that I do this, is to fulfill that that nature in me to be seen. I remember in high school, I know this can go overboard for me, like to the point where I'm showing off, or I'm conceited and I want to be on center stage and not caring about other people and losing friends over that kind of thing. So I really am aware that that's part of my nature, and so I try to make sure that, for instance, I don't want to just make videos for no reason, just to be seen. I want to make sure that I'm putting out something that I think is very interesting and helpful and encouraging. And as soon as I start repeating myself or repeating themes or just putting out videos just for the sake of putting out videos, I'm going to stop. Even if I don't reach 52 videos, I don't want to do that, even though I know the tendency is there, because I want to be seen. So that's a pretty honest self-reflection inwardly. So hopefully you can do those kinds of things as well. What's your motivation behind your relationships or the projects that you do? It's not always easy, but okay. Upwards means what's coming up next. What's the future hold for this project? And I kind of hit on that in the last one. I have about 5 to 10 good, I think, videos left where I'm talking about things that are, I think, helpful, interesting, and encouraging, and then I'm pretty much dried up. And that's me being honest. And so if I don't get to 52 videos, that's fine. I'll probably stop this project early. But yeah, that's the future. Down are things that I should stop. And so things that I should stop doing is maybe just relying on only myself and my mind. I should probably reach out and ask people for topics And so I'll do that in the next one, or in the next little session here. And mumbling and fumbling and doing videos over again. Like right now I'm kind of lost for words, and so I would probably just turn off the video and try and do it all over again, but maybe I should just stop that and let it be a little more natural and keep the tape rolling. So those are some things that I could stop doing. And then the last one is around. And this one is interesting when it comes to self-reflection. Around means who is around me or what is around me that can support me. And lots of times when we reflect on ourselves, we usually think what's good and what's bad, and that's about it. What's good about the situation, what's bad. But we don't like to, or for me anyway, it's not natural to think, how do I need help? Because you feel like you need charity or you're weak or something like that. But it's a really important thing to reflect on. How can I be supported? And so you should do that for your relationships and projects. You do need support. You're not perfect. You're not born knowing everything, and you have deficiencies where other people have competencies, and they can help you and you can help them. So for this project, I definitely need to reach out and ask for people, if they have topics that they think would be encouraging or helpful, send them my way, please, and then I can see if I could make videos about those. And I could also ask for very specific feedback if I wanted that about these videos, and that's how I feel like I could be more supported in this project, for example. Anyway, reflecting is good, not always easy, but I think it's important, and I hope you learned maybe a new technique. In, out, up, down, and around. All right, talk to you more next week. Thanks again for supporting me over these past 26 weeks. Wow. Anyway, talk to you later.